Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 30th, 31st, 2023 Blue Moon, Supermoon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out more than you guys will ever know with the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below, as will a link to my website, daneharttarot.com, where you can purchase a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or an animal healing. So check that out if you want to. All right, now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Okay, so let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The Three of Wands. Okay, there's something here that's opening, like a path opening up, or, something that's coming in. And okay, I'm just listening to spirit. It's like it's going to disrupt the equilibrium of things. And it's not going to come to fruition the way that a person or a situation thinks that it is. There's like somebody coming in and it's like, oh, I want this path, I want this way. And it's not going to come to fruition. So just be aware of that. Or it's going to be a bit of a battle before things, like before the right path opens up to you. But there's something coming forward or something that you're thinking about during this time. And I do feel a bit of a headache, like tension in the jaw, biting back words, or kind of clenching your teeth at something, getting really angry, and a headache coming in. So just be mindful about that. But there's a path that's opening up, the path right here. I don't know if you can see that well, but there's a little path right here is coming through very, very clearly. And spirit's like, that's not the right road for you. So there's something here where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to change and do this road or do this thing, and I don't want to. And spirit's like, you don't have to. It's okay. So that's a good thing, because I feel like it's causing a lot of anger and anxiety. Okay, so let's see. And it's very strong emotion. Let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have nature, connecting with nature. Okay, this might be something that you're thinking, Dane, I don't have time for this. I have so much that I need to do. But if you could take your lunch outside, if you could, stand outside for 5 minutes, you're going to see that, especially in your eyes, you're going to feel a difference by being outside and in that natural light. Is just going to be something that's so, so, so good for you and so powerful for you. It's also embracing your natural nature as in Leo, as a fire sign energy. It's like letting yourself fully embrace your passion, your desire, and who you are. That's going to be a very, very powerful thing. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. You have a win. You definitely have a win with the Three of Cups. So just know during this time you have a win. You're moving forward. Things are safe and okay, but it doesn't feel like justice has been done, or it feels like somebody was trying to reverse the course of justice. There's a heartbreak here as well as you move forward, but I see these two as being linked. It's like a sandwich, right? It's the bread that's holding things together during this time. It's holding your emotions together. And there's just a sense of being overburdened. So that is also going to be something during this blue moon, this super moon. It's a very sensitive moon, right? We're at 7 degrees of Pisces. We're at 7 degrees. The sun is at 7 degrees of Virgo, which is an earth sign energy. We have Pisces and Virgo together, sister signs. This can be a time that brings out the best in us. This can be the time that brings out kind of the worst in us. But this is the biggest, brightest, and most powerful moon of 2023. And with the 10 of Wands here, we are feeling our burdens quite intensely. We're carrying a lot and we're starting to let go. It's like, I can't carry this anymore. And there is going to be something that happens during this time that releases the burdens, that has you coming to a completion of a passion cycle. And this could be with a person. Very clearly, it could be with a person where it's like that passion cycle was corruptive, corrosive, abusive, just really, really negative for you. And you're coming to the completion of that cycle. And it's like, I'm done. I'm out of there. You're also coming to the completion of a cycle with your passions, with what you're passionate about, with how you're moving forward in your life, with what you're going after. And it's like, it's my time to shine. Whether this is a romantic relationship, whether this is a work relationship, or even a relationship that we have with ourselves where I'm going to prove to myself I can get to where I want to be, we're putting too much pressure on ourselves. It's time just to breathe out, to calm it down, and to really say, okay, what do I want? What do I need? What's important to me? What isn't important to me? Where do I need to be? Justice reversed. Some things aren't fair, and they're not going to be fair. And that's what we're really seeing during this time. And some things we're going to want to change and make them fair, like make it work out the way that we wanted it to. And that may not be what happens. I do see things working out for you. It's like in between things not being fair and things being overwhelming, Leo, we have this beautiful sense of moving forward, though at times reluctantly, scared, overwhelmed, a celebration coming in, taking the reins, knowing our hearts, knowing what we want. But right here, it can also be a discord with a Libra energy. We can be dealing with somebody in our lives who's very unbalanced. And this time in our lives can feel very unbalanced, kind of like we're on I want to say seesaw, but it's more like we're on a a plank of wood in the middle of the water, and we're having to keep our balance as the waves go up and down, up and down. And it's like, this isn't what we wanted to do. So our emotions can be tidal waving. Be very mindful about that. Be very mindful of seeing your emotions, understanding your emotions, because this is a rare and profound moon. It really is. It is connecting us with our emotions, our intuition, our spiritual selves in a way that we're usually not connected. It's usually like, okay, I'm going along my life, I'm doing my thing, but now we're being called to the heart. And this can bring profound healing, but it can also make us feel overwhelmed. So just be aware of that. With justice reversed, it's like, it's not fair, it's not right. And Spirit saying, some things we go through, it's not fair, it's not right, but we are moving forward with prosperity, with success, with cradling, because the mother here is cradling the baby, right? Or they're cradling the child, with protecting. We're protecting what is most sacred and most dear to us as we move forward. And we're okay. So this time, even if it can feel a little bit overwhelming or a little bit intense, we're okay. We're moving forward with our knowledge, with our determination and our focus and our passion and our power and the brilliance that is Leo. We're moving forward and everything is okay. So just know that. And we have a celebration here. So it can be on the 30th, 31st, depending on where you are in the world when this full moon, super moon, blue moon happens. But we have the Three of Cups. So it can be a little bit before, a little bit after. But we have here the Three of Cups, celebration, success, three people really, really celebrating. It affects three lives, and there's a sense of joy, there's a sense of connection, there's a sense of a job well done. But these are also the people who have your back, who are always in your court. Even if you have rocky times with them, they're always in your court. They're always with you, and that's brilliant. The Three of Cups is joy and connection. It's happiness. It's coming together, and it's really, really brilliant. If this was reversed, it's like a liar, snake, a cheat, right? But with this being upright, even though we've had to deal with some unsavory things, we're moving forward and we're moving towards celebration, success, beauty. We're reining things in. We really are. We're reining in what we love, what we want, what we need. And we're going to see that our emotions are leading us forward. Pisces is the most emotional sign in the whole entire tarot, right? Especially water sign, the most sensitive, the most egoless. We are moving forward in that energy. We're reining in the two parts of us, the part that we show the world and the part that is our private self. We can say our shadowed self, but our shadowed self is usually a bit negative. It's kind of like, oh, I don't want to show that side of me. It's not proper, right? It's not kosher. But spirit's like, no, this is all of me. And I'm pulling in both sides of me. We're also having the head and the heart really talk to each other during this lunar cycle, during this moon. We're going to find that our emotions, what we love, they're coming up. What do I love? Where do I want to be? What's passionate and beautiful and brilliant for me? What is my calling? What is my grace? What is my beauty? Things like that are coming forward. And they sound abstract, but it's like, how do I embrace the brilliance of my world, my soul, and myself? How do I lead me forward with love and compassion and beauty and understanding? And that's the chariot energy, also strong Cancer energy as well. So if we're born on the cusp with Cancer, or we have Cancer energies in our families, our friend group, it's a celebration with them. It's a sense of I I realize that the chariot is a weapon, right? And we don't think of it that way. We think of the swords as weapons, absolutely. But the chariot back in the day, it was used by kings and queens and pharaohs and just the most important people. You had chariot races, which were like NASCAR races. It took skill and money and power to be able to do so or to be able to fund it. We're going to see here that as we're moving forward in the vehicle that is our life, the chariot that is our existence, we are embracing the majesty. We are crowning ourselves with the glory and the beauty that is us. The white horse, crown chakra, right? The black horse, the earth star chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. How are we rooted to the soil of this earth? But also, how are we connecting with the universe and divinity? The Three of Swords, there's heartbreak and pain here. Yeah, there is. Like things not being fair, things not being just. It Our hearts have been broken, all right? But they are also being rebuilt, maybe differently than it was before. Maybe love is different than how we had imagined it, or relationships and things are working out differently than we had thought, expected, hoped for. And we had gone in super hopeful. And now it just turned into heartbreak, or it turned into really valuable lessons. And we're looking at the heartbreak that has defined us. And we're looking at it and it's like, you know what? I don't want this anymore. It's not just, it's not fair, it wasn't right, but it doesn't get to define me. I'm really seeing this as I'm almost pushing these swords out of my body, right? I'm not letting them penetrate. It's like having on a Teflon vest or mail or armor or whatever you want. This could be quilted, and that helped to stop swords as well back in the day. But we're looking at our crown. We're looking at the way that we crown ourselves, the way that we embrace what we love, what we desire, what we want, what we need. And we're moving into a place of power, tenacity, insight, beauty. We are crowning ourselves with our knowledge. We are opening our hearts to where we want to be in our lives. And we're looking at the heartbreak and we're saying, I see you. I see you. I know you're there. Totally feel the burden of it all. Absolutely have been through this. But you don't get to define me. This isn't reverse. We're not completely repelling it yet. But it's known, and we're not sitting in the corner held back by it anymore. And that's a beautiful thing. It really is the beautiful thing that's coming out of this time. It's like, no, you don't get to have this control over me. So let's see what the moon has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, I love that. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, I know. You're like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this one's good and all of these are reversed. That's not good, Dane. No, it is. It is actually. The moon is talking to us. And when the moon talks, we should listen. Do we always? No, we don't. But we should. So here, it's kind of like doing a moon meditation where you sit there and you just, I would love to do a moon meditation with you right now. And if you don't want to, you can totally skip ahead. But just breathe in and exhale whenever it feels comfortable for you. And take a few deep breaths and exhales, breathing deep into your lungs releasing any stress, any discomfort from your body, letting yourself fully relax. And visualize this bright moon, this super moon, this blue moon in front of you. It's light bathing you in that silvery white blue light of the moon. It washing over you, inspiring you, calling to your essence, your blood, the water inside of your being. Soothing, calming, centering. And then watch that moon shrink, become smaller, moving from a full moon, moving through the stages of the moon to the new moon. Watch it as it becomes a crescent, a half a crescent, and then invisible until it opens its eyes again, just a wink. See that power of the knowledge of the changing faces of ourselves, the changing knowledge of connection moving with us. We are empowered by this moon, but we are also guided to look within on how we can shine most brightly. So watch this moon build again to this beautiful blue supermoon, its radiance shining over you. As you inhale the power of the moon, its light, its essence, into your body, having it focus around your heart chakra. Exhale, and that moon is now a part of you, guiding you. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes, and let's see what else the moon has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So what's really interesting here is that it is saying to us, your hard work is paying off and nourishing. This moon is nourishing us as we're looking at everything that we've carried, everything that has been overwhelming to us. We're releasing that burden. We are finding that we are nourished. We are finding that we hold such prosperity, and the hard work that we've put into our lives and existence and everything that we're going through, it pays off. And it brings us to this place of new beginnings. It does. But these new beginnings, these beginnings that come, and it says here, it's time to give rather than take. And that's this reverse. You need to take in the energy of this moon. You need to take in the energy that is around you, that is feeding you. Be very mindful of who you're hanging out with, like who is connecting with you, because the energy vibration of things are going to be so important and can easily put you out of balance. So if this is a time where you're super stressed and you take anything for this, this is a time where we can fall into addiction. Okay, just plain out going to say it. This is a time where we can fall into addiction. This is a part of this moon, because this moon is so connecting us with our spiritual selves that we can be like, you know what, I'm tapping out. You know what, this is too much. This is too overwhelming. I need to escape the power that is coming forward, right? But here we need to feed ourselves. We need to feed in good energy. We need to feed in positivity, listening to happy-go-lucky things, listening to energy vibration things that build us up instead of shutting us down or shooting us down. That's going to be so important, because we're going to see that from this supermoon on the 30th, 31st to the new moon on the 14th, 15th of September, it's a different world. It's a different world that we're going to be standing in, but we need to nourish ourselves. It's not a time to give of our energy. It is a time to feed our energy, feed our souls, feed ourselves. With this time, okay, confidence is your key to success. This is reverse. Our confidence has been shot for one reason or another. We're really starting to doubt ourselves, and we're not assessing. We're not looking at the big picture. We are too much in our own heads. We need to know that we are safely moving forward. The belief in love, the belief in what we nourish and what we're caring for is going to open up our world and open up ourselves in just the most beautiful way. With the 3 of Cups, that celebration, it brings us back into balance. But we don't believe right now with everything that we're going through, that a new start is coming. We can feel rather nihilistic, pessimistic, and we can be rather overwhelmed. So just be aware of this, that it can seem like a lot, and yet, okay, so Spirit just said, divinity doesn't give you, the universe doesn't give you more than you can handle, right? And isn't that a Mother Teresa quote? God doesn't give me more than I can handle. I just wish he didn't trust me so much. And that's the energy that I'm feeling here, given in that way. Like, I wish that you didn't think I was so strong, because right now I'm not feeling strong. I'm feeling like I want somebody to come in and save me and change this and move this forward. And yet you're going to find that there's a celebration that's coming forward, that there's a sense of a job well done, of a beauty, of a balance coming into our lives. And again, by the new moon on the 14th, 15th, it's a game changer. It is a new time, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, and that's going to be a very powerful thing. It is going to be a very, very powerful thing, but also embracing the darkness. Because even though we have the brightest moon of 2023 coming, the moon still brings night. It's still dark. So being aware of this is going to be super important to us. It's like the darkness still needs to come in. What are we hungering for? And why aren't we stepping out of our comfort zone as we're moving forward, as we're going after what we want? And this could be time where we don't want to step out of our comfort zone at all. When it's just kind of like, listen, this is what I built. This is what I know. This is what I love. And I need to kind of double down on being me and embracing what I long for in my life, and embracing who I am. But there's a hunger that is driving us. There's something more here that's propelling us. The moon will talk to you during this time, most definitely, if you listen. And this is a time with the heartbreak and the pain and the disappointment. It's almost like, put on your hair shirts and deny yourself everything. That's going to be how we think of it. And it's like, no, not at all. Here we need to step into pleasure, not overindulgence, which again is super easy with this moon, but we need to step into pleasure of our hearts and our souls and ourselves, and what ignites us and what brings us joy. And here we have work through your fear also reversed. We don't want to work through our fear. We would like it worked through for us. That would be awesome. But right now, we don't think we're brave enough of heart to really see what we most fear and say, I see you. That's where the heartbreak comes in. It's like, I see you, I respect you, but you're not. Like, I respect what I'm afraid of, right? Because it has the ability to bring me to my knees. But I will not let the imagination of you, I will not let the maybe of you, I will not let the memory of you take me down. That's just not an option here. And that's where this moon comes in, because with the sun in Virgo, there's this practical sense of self that comes forward. And it's like, listen, I want things to run like clockwork. I want things to be, just, it's kind of like rigid and on time. And the moon in Pisces is like, whatever will be energy coming forward. And so the two of them, it can drive us up and down the Mississippi, because we can be like, well, how does this get to come forward? How do I see my pain and not let it overwhelm me, and not become so rigid that the beauty, the healing, the esoteric of this moon, the psychic abilities, the empathic abilities, the connection of love can move me forward? And Pisces, which is the most sensitive water sign that is in our zodiac, it can be very overwhelming to us. Our emotions can overwhelm us. And when we're seeing our heartbreaks and our pains and our disappointments, it's not like run away from it. It's like, okay, I see you, but you don't get to own me, because I am embracing my pleasure and I am looking at my fear and I'm saying, I see you, I respect you, but I'm not being controlled by you at all. And again, make sure that we're not countering this intense supermoon, blue moon, by shutting down, by escapism, by becoming too rigid in our rules, thinking, oh, I just need to control everything. And then also addiction. I just need to escape, tune out, tap out for a little bit. So just be very aware of this. Saturn is conjunct the moon, which is super cool, because Saturn, in its whatever it's made up of, and I don't know, is less dense than water. And so Saturn here is helping us move between the spiritual and the practical world. Saturn is the shaman of the inner self. And I love that imagery of the shadow of the shaman of the inner self, the being that's in the outer planets, moving like a shadow into our souls, into ourselves, connecting us, helping us move forward. Make sure that we don't shut down, because it'll be very easy to be like, this is a little much. I'm not here for it. And if we're not here for it, it's not part of our journey right now, That's okay. That's okay. Be like, listen, I need baby steps right now. But take in this energy, take in this beauty. The South Lunar Node is in Libra, the North Lunar Node is in Aries. This is balancing love, and it's also balancing fight and passion. It's seeing the harmony within us coming together. And Pluto is squared the lunar node. So this is a karmic path for us. It is. It's like, okay, I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward in celebration. I'm going to get there. We see that with the six of swords, the 3 of cups, and the chariot. It's just that the waking world is justice reversed and heartbreak. But we cannot be defined by that. We can see it. But this is our wake up call. For the rest of 2023, it's like this is our wake up call. The moon is yod with Mars and with Venus. Okay. And I love that word yod. I just think it's funny. And this means that this is also called the finger of fate. Venus is in Leo. Okay. So this is totally amping us up. Our hearts are so big, so powerful, so intense during this time that it can be overwhelming for us. But this is calling us to bravery of heart, to honesty of heart. And Mars in Libra is how do we balance our passion? How do we balance what we like, what we want? And there's a thing here with how do we not let our love become all consuming? Like so intense, so overpowering, so fire sign energy, right? With Leo and with Mars coming in, that it just burns so bright, but it burns so fast, so hard, and just takes everything down with it. So just be aware of this. Pluto is sextile Neptune. Neptune is sextile Uranus. Uranus is trine Pluto. And all of this means that the outer planets are opening to our psychic gifts and our higher connection. And that is awesome. That is awesome. In the stars, the full moon is conjunct Saturn, right? But physically in the stars, it is in the sign of Aquarius, which is the oldest iconography that human beings have. It's the imagery, the symbolism of the squiggly lines, the zigzaggy lines of Aquarius are like 40,000 years old. And it is the healing waters, the waters of life, the waters of the earth, the waters of the soul, the waters of our blood and our existence, was what our ancestors thought the most important thing to be able to share. And that is where the shaman of Saturn lies, awakening us and moving us forward. This supermoon is also shining a light on disillusionment. And we see that here with the 3 of swords, like disillusionment, discouragement, any like depression, despair, disaster, all those D words that hold us back. It's like, okay, I see it and I'm not defined by it. This is a time where we're guided back to our hearts, back to what we love, back to falling in love with ourselves, with our life, with the earth. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Prince of Swords reversed. This can be an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, toxic, 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 toxic. This is a person who lives in the delusion of dreams, lives in delusionment, has a fantasy world that is way more real to them than the everyday world. And it's not that this person is a creative, this person is delusional, is a fantasist, okay? This is also somebody who twists words, who thinks that they're so clever, and they are good with words. They can speak well, they are articulate, they can map things together. But to speak the truth is something that they just don't do. So just be very, very mindful about this, because as a knight, this person is also very destructive. Our subconscious spirit message here is nature. Once again, you got nature twice. That's astounding. This is reversed. So subconsciously, we're not connecting with our nature and we're not connecting with nature, which is going to be very important for us to do. Our subconscious tarot message is the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But being a student of the seeds that we are planting and what we want for our future and for ourselves. This is a time of great learning and down to earth learning, like really coming back down to earth with certain things and saying, okay, nitty gritty of it, like the logic of it, the knowing of it, coming back down to the earth and coming back down to how we connect. Our subconscious. You're also going to be learning a lot. You might not want to be, but you definitely are. We have here resilient. We are way more resilient than we think we are. And look at the big picture. Look at the big picture of what you want and what you're going after and take aim, because you will hit your mark. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony and prosperity always be with you. I love you all, and God bless. Let's end this reading with a meditation, leaving away of negative energy, a rising and a feeding of our positive energy. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye. And have a blessed moon. Bye.